Alright, this next section is 14.4. It is called Cash Discounts Ordinary Dating. So this is really good if you anywhere with an invoices and giving people discounts and companies and everything. You can either do it through clothes, you can do it through groceries, you can do it through a hardware store, you can do it through anything, honestly. Alright, so you receive an invoice for each purchase you make from a supplier. The invoice itemizes the quantities and costs of the items purchased. To encourage you to make a prompt payment, the supplier may offer a cash discount if the bill is paid within a certain number of days. The exact terms of the discount are stated on the invoice. Many suppliers use ordinary dating. You might see suppliers break the ordinary dating one of two ways. They can write it 2-10, net 30, or 2-10, N-30. N-30 and the net 30 mean the same way. It just means that you have to pay everything within 30 days. So this 2 at the beginning, the number at the front right here, that is your percent of your cash discount. That's how much your percent. That's your discount rate. That's the discount you're gonna get. That's the discount you get. It's only available within, in this case, 10 days that you receive your invoice. Not that you receive. It's 10 days within the invoice is issued. So you'll see when you get your invoice, you'll see the date that it's issued, and then you have 10 days within that date, in this case, to pay 2%, to get that 2% discount back. If not, if you've missed the 10 days, then you have 30 days to pay your net price of the date your thing is issued. Alright, and then the cash discount is a percent of the net price on the invoice and is computed using this formula. So cash price is the amount you actually pay the supplier. So your cash discount is going to be that net price times your cash discount rate. Because remember, at first they're offering you a discount off. So if you pay it within those 10 days, then this is to find how much they're offering you get off. You got to do how much you owe times how much you're getting off. Alright, and then from there you got to find your cash price. And your cash price is how much you're actually paying them back. So in this case, it's going to be the net price minus your cash discount. I did not mean to write that there. Alright, and then your cash price, you can actually, another method to determine the cash price is to use the complement of the chain discount rate. So that's what this one is, the second cash price. It's just the net price times the complement of your cash discount rate. Alright, so this is part of an invoice that the lighting store received for shipment of lamps. What is the last day this discount can be taken? What is the last day to pay the invoice? What is the cash discount? What is the cash price of the lamps if the bill is paid within 10 days? What is the cash price using the complement method? That's a lot of things. And then your homework is going to be this same exact way, basically. We'll be finding all four for the first 4 questions, not the last question. I left that one off. So that being said, your first thing to do, here's the invoice. It's shipping to the lighting store. It's from Oak Hill Lighting. This is the invoice number. The date that they issued it was June 5th of 2019. The order number, the terms, 2-10 net 30. The account number that this store holds with them. Everything, the style numbers, because they don't go by like what they call it. Like, they're not going to say cashmere sweater. No, that cashmere sweater could be A9407. The color of it, beige, green, navy green. How many of them each that they bought? So they bought 8 of these, 6 of these, 10 of these, 8 of these. The price of each one, and then the amount. So to find the amount, if you have 8 at $37.25, you multiply that to get that. Same way all the way across, and then you total all these numbers up, and you got a total of $1,026 with 10 cents. Alright, so the first question that is asked us was, what is the last day this discount can be taken? Which is, if you're the person receiving this invoice, it is important for you to know when the last day that the discount can be taken is, because maybe you want to pay by the discount. Because then you're not going to have to pay the full amount. You're going to pay a little bit less. So, to find that day, you got it on June 5th. And the terms were 210 net 30. So the 2 is the discount percentage. You have to pay it within 10 days. And then the net 30 is you have to pay the whole thing. If you don't pay within those 10 days, everything has to be paid within 30 days. So if the last day the discount can be taken, you have within 10 days of receiving this. So 5 plus 10 is equal to 15. So the last day it will be taken is June 15th. Once June 15th hits, then you better pay it by then. If you haven't paid it by then, and June 16th hits, well, guess what? The discount is gone. You have to pay the full net price. And a good thing to do when you get these is to try and figure out all of these numbers and things if you're the company. Because you want to know, like, when you have to pay things and make sure everything's getting paid, especially if you're the person that's in charge of all of these invoices for a company. Or if you're the boss and you're the person in charge. Actually, I mean, the boss might do them, but most likely the boss might delegate this to make sure all of this gets done so he doesn't have to do the tedious work. He'll just see a compilation of you doing all the work and then be like, okay, that looks good, pay it by this then, take the discount. If not. Alright, the last day to pay the invoice, well, that net 30, that means you have 30 days. So, 30 days within the date of the invoice. The date of the invoice is important. It's not the day that you get it, because you might take a week to check your mail. It's the day that they issue it. So, if they issued it on the 5th, and you have 30 days, well, then that would give you, that's June 35th. But we all know that that does not exist. So, obviously, if you have 35 days within June 35th, then you used up the whole month of June and you've gone into July. Well, a little note is that June has 30 days in a month. So you would take 35 and subtract the 30 days in June, and you would get that this needs to be paid by July 5th. So 30 days from June 5th is July 5th. So the whole thing, everything has to be paid by July 5th. If you miss the discount, then the full price has to be paid by then. Okay, well, let's say that you don't miss the discount and you decide to take it. Well, then you got to figure out how much your discount, like how much you're going to have to pay with the discount. So to find your cash discount, you're going to have to take the net price and multiply that by your cash discount rate. So if you have a net price of $1,026 with 10 cents and you multiply that by 0.02, because remember the cash discount, it was 2-10, so the cash discount is 2%, which is 0.02, you would get that it is 20.522, but remember we go up to 2 decimal places, so we would only take 20.52 because this 2 does not round up this other 2, it tells it to stay. And that's going to be your cash discount. And then you have to find out how much your cash price is. And remember, cash price is how much you actually pay. So you've got to take that net price and subtract your discount. So if you have $20 off an item and it's 40 automatic, like originally 60, then you're only going to be paying 60 minus 20, which is 40. Your net price again was $1,026.10 minus the discount of $20.52, which is going to give you $1,005.58 of a cash price. So you're going to be saving yourself $20, which might not seem like a lot, but you know what? That means you have $20 to put somewhere else. And some companies might actually give you a higher discount rate than 2%. Alright, so maybe the other method to do this is using the complement method. And it's just the net price times the complement of the cash discount. So that would be net price is $1,026 with 10 cents. The complement of that would be 100 minus 2%. Well, then that would be 1026.10 times, well, that's 98%. But remember, we have to change all percentages into a decimal, so 0.98, which is going to give you a total of $1,005 with 58 cents as your cash price. And if you notice, it's the same exact as the one above it. So your homework is short, it's 4 questions, it's kind of long. This is part A, this is part B, this is part C, this is part D. You will not be doing this bottom part. And that's it. If you have any questions, just email me.